If you've started a YouTube channel or thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I want to talk to you about some of the things that nobody else really talks about, some of the harder things about YouTube, so that you're prepared for when you do start, the challenges that you'll need to overcome. There are a lot of videos on YouTube when you get started with YouTube that you can kind of look at and see, how to film and how to talk better on the camera and how to edit, all types of stuff that'll help you. But there's a few gaps in there where they don't talk about kind of the hard spots of YouTube, kind of what you go through when you're trying to create videos and you're trying to do it consistently. And so I have a list of some things that I've written down that I want to talk about, and talk about if you're trying to do YouTube for a long time, or you're trying to, you want to get into it, or you're curious about the process and everything that goes into it, and how it kind of looks easy from the outside. If you look at it, it's like people just put these videos together and then they get a bunch of views, and how hard can that be? Because all you have to do is do it consistently, and eventually the people will start watching. So I want to talk to you today about some of the things that I go through periodically that I've had to overcome as challenges with this YouTube journey that I've been on. One of the things that happened recently here was the weather we got a cold front that came in. I live in Texas, and it's the first cold front of the year, so a lot of times that brings in some stuff in the air, and I got sick for a couple weeks, and so I wasn't able to do my YouTube stuff that I had been doing. Every week I'll do a YouTube video, or maybe two if I want to batch, but so I went 2 weeks without shooting, editing, uploading, anything. And this could have been a problem if I hadn't pre-uploaded the videos that I was doing. And nobody really told me to do this, but I wanted to stay ahead of it and be able to skip a week if I needed to, because I have 2 jobs and family, and I spend a lot of time doing stuff, so I didn't want to fall behind on YouTube. So I spent some time to get extra videos out, but I don't think that that's something people talk about a whole lot either. So I just want to throw that one out there, that if you're trying to get consistent and you don't want to mess with the mighty algorithm, then trying to stay on a schedule. I like to try to get my videos shot and uploaded and set for at least 3 weeks out, and maybe a month or whatever. But that really did help me when I wasn't able to shoot for those couple weeks. The other thing I didn't really think too much about was, where am I going to shoot? It wasn't a huge thought that I had put in my mind when I first started YouTube. I kind of just thought, well, I can shoot outside, or I can shoot in my office, wherever. Set up, I thought I could set up a studio in my office, put some lighting up, and maybe some background, make it look nice. And I tried that for a little while. The issue I ran into there is I have too small of a space. And it's not too small to shoot in, but it's just too small to shoot and kind of make it look okay. Because, the desk that I have is it's my work office, so I have my computer in there. And the desk that I have is really too small to put any lighting behind it, so it's hard to light. And the background looks kind of cluttered and noisy, and I just don't have room to decorate, and I don't have an extra bedroom. So it was something that I didn't really think a whole lot about before YouTube. I wound up just transitioning and shooting everything outside because I felt like I had more places to explore, more creativity, or more ways to change the scene. But we'll see how this goes when winter really comes in, because I don't like the cold at all. So Kind of curious to how am I gonna transition to that. My office is outside, so it's not inside the house because I have kids and you know, the family's in there a lot. We homeschool, so they do everything in there, and to be able to shoot in there would be pretty difficult too because of the noise, and I don't want to like tell them, everybody get out, it's time for me to shoot. So I didn't put a lot of thought into that, but it's good to know if you're getting into this and you want to think about, you know, where can I shoot? It's good to know that you're probably going to need a decent sized room with privacy, and you know, be able to set up your equipment where you're not taking it down and setting it up and taking it down, because that can just start to get annoying after time. And I think that takes away from the overall experience that makes it enjoyable. The other thing that I didn't realize was when I first started, I thought that I could just talk to the camera, turn it on, talk to it, and eventually I'll either find my voice or people will start to come to me because, you know, it's just people like people, right? So they'll just start coming to you. I didn't realize that there's so much, you know, when you look at your analytics and you see the drop off, how people just get bored of what you're saying because you have to structure your videos. And nobody ever told me this in the beginning. Nobody ever said, you know, I didn't even really look into like story structure or anything, and I'm still trying to figure that part out. That's the toughest part, and I think it's a key element to it. But not just telling a story, but how to get your point across in a way that people want to hear it. Basically making something that people want to watch, want to listen to you talk about. Because with me, I'm just a talking head type thing. I mean, there's nothing really here that I'm doing, like I'm not Mr. Beast, I'm not doing crazy stuff, I'm not going out on the street and giving waitresses $100 bills or anything like that. I'm not doing anything like a wow factor. So in order for me to be able to talk and connect with you, I've got to put it into some sort of way that you're gonna want to hear it. This is the tough part, so I'm still working on a lot of this, but I think it's getting better over time, and as I develop a structure and a way to deliver my message, it helps to understand how to do that. So it's something I'm still studying and something that I'm still trying to figure out as I go. But that's a big one that I think a lot of people overlook in their early journey. The other thing that is tough, I think, as a new YouTuber is you don't really have anywhere to go. You don't have anybody to talk to about YouTube, whether it's about what you want to do, what your plans are, how exciting it is for you. It can be difficult to talk to other people that don't understand where you're at. So when you get on YouTube and you start talking to other people about YouTube, a lot of times they don't understand what you're talking about, or why you're talking about it, or what's the big deal, or why do you want to mess with that stuff? You're wasting your time. And there's also the aspect where you don't know where to go for help. If you wanted to talk to somebody one-on-one, you don't have anybody to talk to. You don't have anybody to say, hey, what do you think about this? Or you know, somebody that actually can contribute some insight to you, because a lot of times if you talk to even people that are on your side, that, you know, it might be biased or it might not be understood. So I'll give you an example. Like, my mom watches my videos. Hi, Mom. And you know how moms are, they'll say, oh, you're great, you did awesome. And I like that response, I want that response, but to me it's kind of biased. I don't fully buy it, you know. Not, Mom, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it like, you know, she's my mom, so she's gonna say that. But when you don't have anybody to look at your stuff or talk to you about your stuff, or what you should do, what do you think about this video idea, or whatever, or what do you think it's lacking, what do you think it's missing? It's tough when you don't have anybody to talk to about that. And so another thing I want to do while I'm on here on YouTube is I want to invite you to contribute to either the comments, or I'll put a link in the description for if you want to do a one-on-one with me. I would like to see where you're at and what you're struggling with. If you're a new YouTuber or thinking about starting YouTube, I want to get some ideas from you and see how you're doing, see where you're at with it. What's bothering you right now? What's keeping you from either doing it, or if you have started it, what's keeping you from getting to the next level where you want to be? I want to connect with you and see where I could be of assistance, where I can help, and maybe we can help each other in a way to get better at this, because it's a tough thing to do. It's one of the hardest things that I think anybody can do. There's no playbook, there's no instruction manual. And so getting on here and being vulnerable and trying to do what you want to do for whatever reasons you want to do it, it's tough. It's tough when you're trying it by yourself. So leave me a comment, let me know what you're struggling with, or click on my Calendly link and let's schedule some time to talk and see if we can figure some things out. One of the reasons I started doing this was I saw that the potential that it has to take you places, and I want to be able to help other people do the same thing. So if you're struggling with something, reach out to me. I want to help. Thanks for watching.